Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the Chicago Cubs. I believe this is episode, I think technically 6 because we did a live stream with our last episode. Do me a favor, drop the video a like, subscribe, leave a comment to continue to grow my channel, which would make me really happy. I'm up to almost 1,500 subs, which is next to nothing in the world of YouTube, but in our little corner here, it means the absolute world to me. I appreciate the support on not just this series, but everything I have done to this point. It makes it a lot of fun. We are about ready to get started with season 3 with the Cubs. We haven't been particularly good the last 2 seasons, but we did grow. We a 5-game improvement from 23 to 24. Another 5-game improvement this year puts us at 77 and 85. I mean, I'd be okay with a 77 and 85 mark. Gets us close to 500. I made one additional move between last episode and this one. I picked up Anthony Rizzo. Brought him back on a 1-year, $7.5 million contract. I don't expect much out of him, but he's a captain, and the fans love him. So we got a pretty nice fan interest bump there. Financially, we're in okay shape. I didn't bump ticket prices last year. Probably should have. That would increase our revenue per game even more. As it stands right now, it's sitting at about a 15% bump. And of course, that'll all depend on how we play. We've got a little bit of money this year. Not that I expect to need it. We got a little bit of money for next year that we will likely need as one of our major offseason acquisitions contracts expire at the end of this year. Zach Gallen. We'll see what sort of year Zach has, but if he can put up a season similar to this, I would love to bring him back. The issue is that his demands are pretty high right now, 24, 27, 27, 25, 25. I'm sure I can knock that down some, but we don't have the money for next year to do that right now. So it's something we will look into, and hopefully we'll have the money to make him an offer. The other big free agent, or I guess trade acquisition, was Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Atlanta Braves. We picked him up for Porter Hodge, who is a 24-year-old. Braves have him as a reliever. Good stuff. Movement and control are kind of shady. Has a couple good pitches. He is the number 63 prospect in baseball, but an extreme fly ball pitcher in Wrigley with low work ethic just wasn't doing it for me. Along with Grant Kipp, who's just filler. And in return, we got Acuna, who didn't have a great year last year, but hoping for a bounce back season out of Ron. We'll probably play him in left as the season progresses. Yeah, and that's really where we are. We also have Nico Hoerner, whose contract is up at the end of this season. Nico Hoerner, sorry, I was looking at an email that I just got. Nico Hoerner with a contract that expires this season. We could very easily just plug Nick Gordon into that position. He won't be quite as good at second base, but we'll see. Offensively, we're not going to be particularly good this year, although there was supposed to be a bump in the offense, so we'll see what that does. We did go 16 and 11 in the preseason, so that's encouraging, but yeah, we'll see. So we currently have 39 players on our roster. We got to cut down. We have 21 pitchers. Justin Steele can go on the injured list. Let's look at pitching ratings. Edwards isn't quite ready yet. Send him down. Send Ethan Roberts down. Send Assad down. Send Manuel Espinoza down. 60. We still got to send 3 more pitchers to the minors. Ben Leeper. Mason Miller is one of my starters, so I can't really send him down. Alzolay, he's probably out of options. Yeah, and that's fine. I don't really care. Does anybody want him? Adbear. I think we're going to have a really good bullpen. Willie Castro, good defensive infielder. Yeah, we'll just DFA him. RJ Mayer's at now 25-35. Put up some decent numbers in A-ball. I mean, that contact improves. We'll see how it goes with good old RJ Mayer. So we're going to go ahead and waive and designate. And I think we still have to send one more down, right? Yeah, we still got to send one more down. We're going to have a good bullpen. Uceta, I think. Yeah, the extreme fly ball. All right, so there is our pitching staff. I'm fine with the rotation looking like this. Gallen, Brash, So, Miller, and Foster Griffin. Bullpen. Yeah, I mean, we'll leave Coleman in as our closer, have Nunez as our stopper. Arrigetti's ratings have dropped a little. That's not encouraging, but we'll see how he does. Schmidt as a middle reliever, the extreme ground ball, that's good too. In fact, let's switch these around. Abreu, ground ball pitcher, we'll put him in as a middle reliever as well. He's listed as a starter. My guess is his ratings skyrocket once we make him a bullpen arm. I mean, not skyrocket, but he goes up to a 55, yeah. And Tyon will be long relief, emergency starting pitcher. God, I need him to go. Need him to go. We have him for what, 2 more years after this? 1 more year after this, okay. And then Ben Brown, looks like he's going to make the team out of spring training as well. So he'll probably be that guy that fills in if we get an injury or something like that. But yeah, really good bullpen. Coleman, Nunez, Schmidt, Abreu, Arrigetti. I think we have a pretty good bullpen. Wisniewski will be set up in middle relief. So that means we have to send 5 players down, correct? 5 players. So we'll start with Miguel Amaya. He's out of options. That's not great, but he's also not particularly good. So we'll see if anybody is interested in him. So we'll do the same thing we did before, which is play opening day. And then I will sim through the first month and a half of the season. And we'll come back at kind of the middle of June. And then we'll do day by day the rest of the way. Alex Kirilloff. His ratings aren't great. It almost looks like his overall don't justify his ratings, which is a shame. Grab Ozzy Albies and start building Atlanta North here. I mean, he's signed to a reasonable contract. I mean, he wasn't good last year. He wasn't good the year before. He hasn't been good really since he signed that contract, right? He signed it after the 2021 season, I think. Yeah. Because I'd rather not lose Amaya for nothing, but we may have to here. Let's see what sorts of veterans we might be able to pick up. I mean, if I can get a bat, that would be fine. Jordan Luplow has got some power, but just really low contact. Greg Allen, he's good defensively, but we don't really need that. And I'm not crazy about picking up a mid-30s catcher or whatever. Yeah, and you just got to get DFA'd. It is what it is. So at 30, we need to send 4 more down. So we will send down Brennan and Hill and Garcia. Garcia's got some value, so he's somebody, because not value to us, but value to other teams. He's not a shortstop. He's really a second baseman. But the game seems to like him a little bit. If we offer him up, we get, if I remember correctly, some at least reasonable offers in return. Yeah, I mean, there's some reasonable offers here. William Contreras. That's the other Contreras. I take that back. One of the ones that intrigued me was Iwane Taguchi. He was an international guy. This feels like a pretty solid deal. I want to continue to get scouting on him, though. If his scouting is very high and these are his ratings, I think we make that deal. Third baseman with some home run power and really good eye. If his contact and gap can hit 50, this is a pretty darn good third baseman. Not great turn DP, but he should be decent enough at third base. We'll see what sort of offers we get, or see what sort of return we get on Taguchi here. So we're 27. We still send one more player down. We have 6 outfielders. That's part of the issue here. Mervis is fairly redundant with Rizzo. And he's also not very good. So there's that too. Let's sim to opening day. We got Cincinnati on opening day. We'll take a look at the waiver wire because that's something I always forget. And we'll set our lineups. We'll play the first game, and then I will sim a month and a half or so or something like that and get us to the middle of May. And then I'll come back and I'll play the rest of May and June day by day. And then the following episode will be July. That's what was my plan last year, so to speak. But I was goaded into doing a live stream. So I did the live stream instead, and we played through the rest of the season. Yeah, so not looking, I don't think we're going to be great this year. Stay close to an even record. I mean, I think that's fair. Top 100 prospects, still nobody there. The Reds have 3 of the top 10. That's saying something. Theo Gillen, man, that's somebody I wanted so badly. Where is we're probably dead last. No, we're not. Oh, wow. We're 19th because we have 5 in the bottom 50. We've got Hernandez, Ballesteros, Juan Zendejas. He was one of our international guys last year. Then we've got Owen Cassie and Will Taylor, who I'm excited about, although his ratings have just dropped. Those contact ratings were 60 starting last season. Let's go ahead and start him in high A ball and see if the ratings improve. Cassie could be a trade chip. He's okay. What sorts of prospects could we get for him? Prospects similar to him, which makes sense. Maybe there's a team that values him more than we do. Loydell Chappelli, first baseman. Yeah, ratings are almost identical. Jose Rodriguez, he looks pretty good. We do need a second baseman next year. Potentially. We don't re-sign Nico Horner. Ryder Green, he's got some good pop in his bat. Yeah, there's some stuff here. Nothing that is super exciting, but we'll see if that changes. Anyway, we got to get to our lineup. So clear the lineups, clear the depth charts. So let's look. So against righties, so Schmidt is our highest contact guy, so he's got a bad third. Not that that's what has to happen, but that's what's going to happen. Acuna is our leadoff man. We're going to play him in left, though. Our number 2 hitter, I think, is Crow Armstrong. I think PCA is our number 2, so we can go lefty, righty, lefty. Or righty, lefty, righty, rather. And then batting 4th, I think we put Riz in there at first base. Yeah, don't really. Nico Horner at the top of the lineup just isn't doing anything for me right now, honestly. Suzuki. Velasquez is a 55-60-60. Acuna is a 55-55-60. So Velasquez is actually a little bit better defensively than Acuna is. So maybe we do something like this. I forgot about Dansby. Yeah, pretty good season last year. I mean, if you can give us 24 home runs out of the 7-hole, I'll take that. Horner, and then Blake Hunt. So it's not an awful lineup. I think it's a little bit deeper, assuming PCA can hit a little bit. Schmidt with the 60 contact. Yeah, we still don't have a lot of power, but it's not a terrible lineup. Aliendo and Hitton will switch every game. Christopher Morel could play all over the diamond, so he will back up at first. Play every third game against third baseman, or for third baseman, he'll play every 7th game. Every 5th game in left field, every 8th game at DH. And then I think Gordon. Let's get Nick, at least against righties. Let's play him a little bit more often. Get that lefty-righty thing going on. Yeah, not a lot of power. Not a lot of power from our lineup at all, but that's okay. Against lefties, I think we changed things up a little bit. I don't think Riz is going to play much against lefties. 40-40, yeah. I mean, I think maybe Morel plays first base against lefties. Oops, I put him in as catcher. Sorry, my phone just buzzed, and I was just turning around to see what it was. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we bat Crow Armstrong. Oh, he's got a 60. His contact is still 55 against lefties. What's Suzuki look like against lefties? I think maybe, though, Velazquez has really good ratings against lefties. He's got to get moved up. So I think maybe we bat him 4th against lefties. We'll move Suzuki up. We'll move Crow Armstrong down in the lineup. Something like that. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. All right, let's save just to be safe. And then we will play opening day. Or we'll let the game play opening day, I should say. So for the Cubs, we will send out Acuna, Suzuki, Schmidt, Velazquez, Morel, Swanson, PCA, Horner, Hunt with Zach Gallen on the mound. Zach last season with Arizona 15-12 with a 3.80. On the other side for the Reds, Noelvi Marte, Christian Encarnacion Strand, Ellie De La Cruz, Andy Pages, Rowdy Tellez, Tyler Stevenson, Edwin Arroyo at short, TJ Friedel in left, Michael Ciani in left, and Nick Lodolo, who, wow, is 14-8 with a 2.45 last season, struck out 240 batters. Let's see how opening day goes. Opening day, the first 2 seasons, we've gotten blown out. So hopefully that won't happen here today. Acuna grinds out to third. Suzuki with a double to right center field. I like the 1-out double from Seiya in that number 2 hole. That brings up Schmidt. Casey with a base hit to center field. Suzuki hits third. Here comes the throw to the plate. He is safe. So we take a 1-0 lead here on an RBI single from Schmidt. Velazquez now draws a walk. 2 on, 1 out for Morel. He hits the ball to center. That should be an out. Ciani makes the catch. So 2 on, 2 outs for Dansby. Swanson bloops it to center. That gets down. Run from third. Comes in to score. Velazquez thrown out at third. He hurts his shoulder. We take the lead. Velazquez has to come out of the game before even playing the field. But we are up 2-0 going to the bottom of the first. Willie Abreu will come in and play left. It's fine, I guess. Oh, yeah, because it's a righty on the mound. So Gallen against Lodolo, or against Marte here, rather. Fly ball to left center, and not a good start for Zach Gallen as he gives up a home run to Noelvi Marte. Comes back and strikes out Encarnacion Strand. Fireworks are still going off. Strikes out De La Cruz, and gets Pages to ground to second. So gives up the leadoff homer, then strikeout, ground out. We're still up 2-1. PCA grounds out to first. Nico Hoerner draws a walk. Blake Hunt. Looks like that's going to be a 6-4-3. Nope, just a fielder's choice. Back to the top of the order in Acuna. Ron strikes out. Bottom of the second. Rowdy Tellez leads off with a fly ball to right. 1 out. Tyler Stevenson draws a walk. Edwin Arroyo grounds to short, and we're not able to turn it. So Nico Hoerner gets hurt now. TJ Friedl. So Arroyo steals second. So they have a runner in scoring position. Friedl grounds back to the pitcher, and that is that for the second. Suzuki, Schmidt, Abreu. Seiya, the 0-2 pitch, strikes out swinging. Schmidt. That's gone. Casey, 2 for 2. Couple RBIs for Casey Schmidt here in the first 3 innings. His first home run of the season. Willie Abreu now. He strikes out swinging. And Morel. Morel goes yard. 2 home runs here in the 3rd inning for the Cubs. Puts us up by 3. Dansby singled. Draws a walk here in the 3rd. Crow Armstrong now. Fly ball to right. Catch is made, but we pick up 2 more in the 3rd. We're up 4-1. Siani now. He was always somebody I liked in other episodes of other versions of Out of the Park because of his defense. Marte, he homered leading off the bottom of the 1st, and he flies out to Crow Armstrong here in the 3rd. Encarnacion Strand struck out last time, and this time he gets a single. Drops that in front of Armstrong. 2-0 to De La Cruz, ground a ball to second, and that retires the side. We're through 3, and we're up 4-1. Nico Hoerner. Line out to first. Blake Hunt. Grounds out to short. And the top of the order in Ronald Acuna Jr. Draws a walk. Seiya grounds out to third. That retires the side. Bottom of the 4th. Pages, Tellez, and Stevenson. Pages strikes out. Tellez strikes out. Stevenson fly ball to center. Crow Armstrong makes the catch. A 1-2-3 4th. Casey Schmidt 2 for 2. Strikes out this time. Abreu has been up twice. He's walked a couple of times. Morel homered his last time up. And bloops a single to left here in this plate appearance. So he's got a couple hits. We got 2 on, 1 out. They're going to take out Nick Lodolo, bring in Jacob Junis to face Dansby Swanson. Dansby grounds to short, and they turn over the 6-4-3. So that didn't go as I would have liked, but Arroyo, Friedl, and Siani here in the 5th against Zach Gallen. It's going to be a 2-3 put out. Almost made it. Friedl. Fly ball to center. They keep challenging Pete Crow Armstrong out in center field. Probably not the best place to hit the ball. And then the 3-1 on Siani. Ground ball down the 3rd base line. That should be, will that be extra bases? I don't know how the game. Yep, that'll be a double for Siani. So runner at second, 2 outs for Marte. And Noelvi flies out to left. So 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run so far for Zach Gallen. Crow Armstrong. Line drive to center. Catch is made. Nico Hoerner. Pops it up to center. Siani makes the catch there. 2 away. And Blake Hunt. Strikes out swinging. So that retires the side in the 6th. Gallen's still out there. Only thrown 62 pitches through 5. There's another fly ball. This time to right center. 2-2 to Ellie De La Cruz. He's 0 for 2. And that a home run? It is. Solo home run for Elly De La Cruz. His first of the year, so it's 4-2 now. Pages bloops that to left. That's an out. And the 2-1 to Rowdy. Ground out to second. So we're through 6. We're up by 2. Like to get a couple more runs here if we could. Acuna grounds to short. 1 away. Seiya strikes out swinging. And Casey Schmidt. He strikes out as well. All right, time to stretch. Stevenson leads off. Ground ball to third. 1 out. Edwin Arroyo against Hayden Wesneski here in the 7th. Arroyo fly ball to center. 2 away. Payoff pitch to Friedel. Walks him. 1-0-1 to Ciani is a lineout. So we're through 7. We're up 2. Wilyer Abreu grounds out to second. 1 out in the 8th. Christopher Morel. That'll be a fly out to right. 2 away. And Swanson strikes out swinging. All right, bottom of the 8th. Eduardo Nunez comes in to face Marte, Encarnacion, and De La Cruz. Payoff pitch to Marte is a swinging strike 3. 0-2 to Encarnacion Strand is a strikeout. And the payoff to De La Cruz is a ball 4. Pages strikes out. So Nunez strikes out the side. We go to the 9th, up by 2 runs. Crow Armstrong leads off the 9th. Ground out to second. Nico Horner. Ground ball to third. 2 away. And they pinch hit Rizzo. And Riz takes it out. Love the pinch hit home run from Anthony Rizzo in his first at bat back as a Chicago Cub. Love to see that. And then Acuna. Payoff pitch to Ronald. It's ball 4. Suzuki now. Loop single to right. Acuna will take third. So runners at the corners with 2 outs for Schmidt. And it looks like we got picked off first. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 9th. And Nunez still out there against Tellez. Rowdy with a ground ball to third. 1 away. 1-0 to Stevenson. Ground ball to third. 2 away. And Edwin Arroyo. Nunez looking to strike him out. He doesn't, but it's going to be a fly out to center, and we win on opening day for the first time in 3 tries. Well played game by the Cubs, offensively and defensively. Home runs from Schmidt, Morel, and Rizzo. Morel had a couple of hits. Schmidt had a couple of hits. Suzuki had a couple of hits. Zach Gallen wins in his Cubs debut, 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Eduardo Nunez pitches the final 2, striking out 3, and we win on opening day. Let's look at the waiver wire real quick. See what we got here. Okay, he's a righty. Those are pretty decent hitting stats against left-handed pitching, and we are going to need another righty now with, we're going to claim Bouchard. As we have an injury to Nelson Velasquez. He is out for how long? 3 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and place him on the injured list. And guys, that's going to be it for this segment. I'm going to go ahead and sim ahead now to the middle of May. When we come back, we will finish up May and we'll do June. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, we are back. It is the middle of May, the exact middle of May, May 15th. And yeah, look at that. Your Chicago Cubs, 26-12 through the first month and a half of the season. We're getting it done offensively. We're second in the National League in runs scored. We're second in the National League in runs against. We are second in defensive efficiency. We are just a good, solid baseball team. And take a quick look at some of the offensive stats. You'll see where we're getting it done. Casey Schmidt is having just a monster season, putting up almost 1,000 OPS. I mean, granted, that BABIP at 438 suggests that that won't last. But Mr. Schmidt is on pace for a 10.6 WAR season while playing stellar third base. Dansby Swanson is raking. He's hitting 300, 924 OPS, 9 home runs. He's playing a stellar shortstop. Pete Crow Armstrong hitting over 300, putting up a 928 OPS. He is playing elite center field defense. You see where I'm going with this, right? Third base, center field, and shortstop. 3 very important defensive positions. We got players that are not only providing great defense, but they're also hitting the hell out of the baseball. Nelson Velasquez came back from injury. He's only putting up a 907 OPS. Acuna, it's been up and down. He had his OPS as high as about 880 at one point, slightly below average now. But he's getting on base, at a 340 clip. It's not terrible. Seiya Suzuki leads the team in doubles. He's putting up a 734 OPS. He's playing above average defense. Nico Horner, that bat continues to just be a singles hitter. And he is slightly above average at second base. We picked up Hunter Fiducia on waivers from the Dodgers because our catching situation was not good. And he's come in and gone 6 for his first 19. Not quite as good defensively, but we have him paired up with Blake Hunt, and I'm content with that. Riz, 236, 102 OPS, has 5 home runs on the season. Sean Bouchard, who we picked up on waivers, doing a nice job, putting up I guess he's not doing a nice job. That average was up to about 300 a couple weeks ago. He must be scuffling here as of late. And then Hunt and Gordon aren't particularly hitting well. Hunt only has a 15 OPS plus and isn't a negative WAR player, so his defense is making up for that bat. So, and then speaking of our pitching, it has been terrific. Eduardo Nunez has pitched in 23 games. He put up 45 strikeouts in 33 innings. He's on pace for a 4-win season out of the bullpen. Ben Brown, we had to move into the bullpen because So was injured. I had to move into the rotation. He's made a couple of 6-inning starts so far. Zach Gallen has been good. FIP a little bit higher than the ERA, so you expect. The BABIP's okay, though. I mean, he's been fine. I mean, I have no complaints about how he's doing. 40 innings, he's 2-2, almost a strikeout an inning. Brian Abreu's been terrific. Mason Miller having another good season for us in a starting role, even though he's only got a 40 rating. I mean, yeah, it doesn't have a win yet, but still a 1.13 ERA plus. Foster Griffin is 3-1. That ERA sub 4. And then look at some of these ERAs: 1.46 for Spencer Arrighetti, only 10 outings, but he's been good. Matt Brash, 3-1, 40 strikeouts in 36 innings. Wisniewski with an ERA sub 3.5. Uceta in limited innings. Carson Coleman has been above average. The only pitcher who's been worth negative WAR on our team is Jameson Taillon, and there's nothing I can do about him. He just basically pitches in blowouts. So, or if we need, someone to go 3 innings because our starter didn't go very long into the game. So we're playing some good baseball. You can see we do have some injuries. Morel's out for 3 months with a concussion, and So is out with shoulder bursitis. Justin Steele is still injured. So let's get to Simmon here, and let's just go day by day through the end of June, like I normally do. Maybe we make a deal or two in June if we continue to play well. So we lose 3-1. You guys are bad luck. I bring you back on the recording, and we lose 2 straight games. Make it 3 straight games. I blame the recording, and now Seiya Suzuki's out for 2 weeks. Yeah, this is all you guys. This is your fault. I was playing well. Will Brennan, I guess. Yeah, Will Brennan. It's going to hurt our defense because Brennan, we put Brennan in left and Velasquez in right. It's probably fine. Something like that. Yeah, we're kind of heavy left-handed hitter-wise here off the bench. So that's something we may want to consider going forward. I want to leave Swanson where he is. I guess we'll move Horner up to the number 2 hole. No, let's move Crow Armstrong up there. We'll do that. All right, we need a win here. We've lost 3 straight games. Our lead's down to 3.5. There we go. A 5-1 victory for your Cubbies. Acuna, a couple of hits. Schmidt, Velasquez, Swanson, Horner each had a couple hits. Will Brennan in his debut drives in 2. Brown with another great start, 6 1/3 shutout ball. Finish up this quick 2-game series against the Twinkies. It looks like the independent leagues are getting ready to get started today. There we go. So we sweep the 2-game series against the Twins. Dansby drives in a run. That's the only RBI we had. Griffin pitches well. Bullpen does what our bullpen has been doing all year. Abreu with the win. Coleman with the save. We're off today, and then we got Colorado at home versus Colorado. Skubal against Zach Gallen here in this one. It's a 5-4 loss. All right. Second game of the series. 3-2 win. Brennan, 3 for 4. I mean, he's coming up and he's getting the job done. He doesn't want to give that job back when Seiya comes back. 3 hits and an RBI. Velazquez goes yard. Brash pitches 5 innings of 1-hit ball. Doesn't get the win because Abreu walks 3. Wisniewski gives up a run. Eric Getty picks up the victory. Nick Pivetta going for them. Mason Miller for us. 30th win of the year, and we get it. A 7-0 blanking. Nelson Velazquez just raking right now. 2 more home runs, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, has that average up to 330. 2 RBIs for Acuna. Miller pitches 5 shutout. Tyone comes in and does the job. 3 1/3, 1-hit ball. Got the Rangers and Kumar Rocker coming to town today against Ben Brown. See if Brown can continue to pitch good baseball. Looks like he does. Ben Brown only pitches 4 innings, but that's fine. Uceta comes in, gets the win. Nunez the save. Hunt with his first home run. Acuna goes yard. Schmidt 2 more hits. What do we got going today? Foster Griffin going against Collier. So we're 31-16. Make it 32-16. Your Cubs are winning 2 out of every 3 games this season. Velazquez with another home run. Acuna with another home run. So, yeah, that OPS starting, well, it looks like it's actually, I'm sitting at about 710. But he's on pace for a 24 home run, 30 stolen base season. I'll take it. I'll take it for $17 million. Sure. It's hard to find decent bats. And again, our bullpen just continues to mow people down. John Gray going against Zach Gallen today. Zach looking for his 3rd win of the season. And he gets it with a 9-2 victory. Acuna with another big game, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Velazquez with another home run. Acuna hit 2 today. Acuna hits his 8th and 9th. Velazquez hits his 9th. Bouchard has 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Gallen goes 6. 13 strikeouts. Look at Arrighetti. 7 strikeouts in 3 perfect innings. 6.5 game lead. We got Oakland coming to town, or we're going to Oakland. I take that back. Finishing off the month of May here. Game 1 is a 4-1 loss. Game 2. Let's see if we can pick up a win here. You want some road wins, right? You want to win at home and try to play 500 on the road, especially against teams that aren't particularly good. So we lose back-to-back games against Oakland on the road. Oakland's 21-31. I don't like that very much. So if Aducha gets worse, that's fine. Manuel Espinosa, he'll probably be up next season. He's not pitching particularly well, but the ratings aren't awful. He's got 3 good pitches. When Cassie gets worse, that's not good. Luke Little. Okay. Need the control to come around a little bit for him, but he's pitching well in high A. Let's go ahead and move him up to double A. Lock down that AI promotion. Mason McGuire, Wyatt Evans. Those are some decent rating jumps. I like that. Alan Chu continues to get worse. Sorry to those of you who love the knuckleballers. It doesn't look like he's got it. Alexis Hernandez gets worse. That one stings a little. That one stings a little bit. Yeah, we got to figure out our minor league situation, as it hasn't been great. So Batter of the month in the AL, Spencer Torkelson. In the NL, it's Austin Riley. Pitcher of the month in the AL, Felix Bautista. Max Fried in the National League. Rookie of the month in the AL, Shane Panzini. And James Wood in the National League. All right, so we need a win here. I don't want to get swept in Oakland before going to San Francisco. That's not good. That is indeed what happens. We get swept in Oakland. Now we go to San Francisco, which is a tougher team. And of course, we come back and we win. Seiya Suzuki is eligible to come off the DL. Crow Armstrong, 2 for 5. That averaged down to 256. Holy hell, what happened? 218 in May. Yeah, that was. I came back and he was hitting 300 when I brought you guys back. So that's not good. Rizzo 3 for 5. Hunt scores a couple runs. Griffin pitches well. All right, so we got to bring Suzuki back. Brennan's. I mean, he's getting on base. Got a base of 400 clip. How can I send him down? I don't think I can, but Abreu is also getting on base, 344 clip, and he's providing some pop. I think we send Brennan down and get Seiya back in the lineup. And right, put Velasquez back in left. That makes our defense better, which is important. Move him up there. I had him batting second, didn't I? Yeah, against lefties. All right, so we got our lineup back. We get So back in a couple of weeks, which will be nice. So a Gallen on the mound today. See if we can pick up a win with our ace pitching. We can. So it's back-to-back wins in San Francisco. Crow Armstrong, 2 hits. Suzuki, 3 for 5 with a couple RBIs his first game back. Casey Schmidt, a couple of hits. Swanson, a couple of hits. Seiya homers in his first game back. Gallen improves to 4-2. We look for the sweep over the Giants. Look to go 3-3 on this road trip, and we do. So we lose all 3 games in Oakland, and then come back and win all 3 games in San Francisco. Acuna, 3 hits and an RBI. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with what we're getting out of him. Completely. I mean, he's on pace for a 4-win season and almost a 30-30 campaign, so of course I'm fine with it, but he's been good. Brash with 5 shutout innings. Look at that ERA for Matt Brash, 2.25. I do want to... He hasn't been good enough to use more often, so we will do that. And I think Eric Getty we will start to use more often because he's pitching really well as well. Day off before game against St. Louis. And I don't want to say pause in the middle of the month, but I think we'll start to look at potential... what do we need, right? I mean, what do we need? Second base, I wouldn't say has been a problem. Nico Hoerner has been good defensively. The bat's been really bad. Our catching situation is still rough, but I don't want to take Blake out because apparently these guys love pitching to him. So maybe second base and maybe another starter. I don't know that I am confident with this rotation. I mean, although when we do have the second best rotation in the National League, we have the best bullpen in the National League, we're the best defensive team in the National League. So offense is kind of what we would be looking for. But do we look to get, our platoon split with Rizzo at first base is Bouchard. And against lefties, he's hitting 355. So we don't need to pick up the right-handed platoon split for Anthony Rizzo. Second base is really that position that we would upgrade defensively, or upgrade offensively, rather. Who's on the block? Might be a little bit early, but Austin Meadows, but we don't need an outfielder. There aren't even any second basemen on the block, especially any that are any good. Pitchers, what about starters? And nothing yet. So we might be a little bit too... Zach Wheeler is on here. That's Trevor Williams. He's making $19 million with Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really anything better than what we're throwing out there. So right now, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot there. I like Pete Blackburn. He did well in an offline save that I have, but yeah, nothing that really stands out yet. So I think we just keep going with what's working for us right now. We got the Cardinals. Win number 4 in a row, a 7-6 walk-off victory. Acuna 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Swanson and Suzuki each had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Nunez blows the save. Coleman comes in, gets the win, though. Arrighetti continues to just be masterful. 4 wins in a row, looking for 5 here now with another win over St. Louis. And we get it. Another walk-off victory over the Cardinals. We were down 8-5 going into the 8th. Scored a run in the 8th. Scored 3 in the 9th to walk it off. Nico Hoerner 4 for 5. He heard the trade talk and doesn't want to be moved. So 4 for 5 for Nico. Swanson 2 hits, 3 runs scored. Swanson hits his. Did Dansby walk it off? Yeah, Dansby walked it off with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. Miller gets hit hard. Taillon gets hit hard. Abreu gives up a run. Schmidt and Wisniewski come in and close it down for us. We look for the sweep and our 6th straight victory here today, and we get it with a 5-3 win. So, I saw Pete Crow Armstrong is hurt. That's not good. Suzuki, looks like he had a 3-run homer. Griffin gets the win. Arrighetti, Wisniewski, Nunez, Coleman do well. Hopefully this injury to PCA isn't bad, because that could really hurt what we have going on right now, day-to-day for 3 days. Okay, I can live with that. Is this the Dodgers or the Angels? It's the Angels. They're 40-21. How's Shohei doing? Shohei's raking with the bat. 2.5 WAR already. Struggling a bit on the mound. Let's go ahead and save. We're 39-19. Who would have thunk this? Hopefully we can live through these injuries. We got So coming back soon. We may leave Ben Brown in the rotation. He's been so good. I mean, maybe Mason Miller or Foster Griffin come out. Yeah, we'll see. So's pitching really, really well. All right, let's see what happens here with the Angels. 3-game set against the 40-21 Angels. We win game 1. 40-19 are your Chicago Cubs. Nelson Velasquez with his 10th home run of the year. Drives in 2. Swanson and Suzuki with RBIs. Gallen improves to 5-2. Another game against the Angels here today. And we just continue to win. We continue to win. And this might be the year for the Cubs, guys. We were down 4-1. This is our 3rd walk-off win in a week. 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th to walk it off. Again, Acuna 2 for 5 with a pair of solo home runs, including the walk-off off Tyler Glasnow. Blake Hunt provides a little bit of offense. Nick Gordon hits his 3rd home run. A pinch hit home run. Pinch hit for Seiya Suzuki. That's interesting. Brash goes 3. Schmidt and Wisniewski again. And we look for the sweep of the Angels. We don't get it. We lose that one 3-0. We won 8 games in a row right there. That was quite the streak for the Cubs. We have an 8-game lead in the Central. We got the Senators, or the Nationals rather, excuse me, for 3. They are the worst team in the National League. So, I mean, honestly, we're looking for a sweep here. That's kind of what you want. Are we at home? We are at home as well. So let's see how this series goes. Game 1. It's a 6-3 victory. Acuna 3 hits. Schmidt with 4. Again, Casey Schmidt, man, this was such a huge pickup for us at the start of the 2024 season. On pace for 7.2 WAR. Been great offensively. Been great defensively. Nico Hoerner, a couple of hits. Swanson has that average back up to 300. Suzuki over 280. Taillon gets the win. Jameson Taillon's 4-0. So is back. We probably send him on a rehab assignment for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we bring him right back. All right, game 2 against Washington. We lose 6-4. We lose 6-4. Who got the start in this one? Griffin. Okay. How about Nunez? Nunez blew it. He walked 3. All right, so is back. What do we do with our pitching staff? I mean, everyone's pitched well. I don't see the need to make a huge change right now. So we will send on a rehab assignment if we have a pitcher who ends up struggling or gets hurt. We have an in-home replacement ready to go. Game 3 against the Nationals. And of course, we lose 2 out of 3 against the worst team in the National League because OOTP. Ronald Acuna Jr. leading us in home runs, putting up an 809 OPS. So he's been hot here so far in June. Now we got Milwaukee, 31-35. Brash on the mound today against Ryan Pepio or Pipiot. There's another loss. We've lost 3 out of 4 after our 8-game winning streak. Make it 4 out of 5. There we go. We bounce back with a 5-4 extra inning victory. 2 hits and an RBI for PCA. Velazquez 3 for 4, 3 runs knocked in. Coleman gets the win. Arrighetti the save. We got Pittsburgh now. Yeah, I don't see a reason. Like, I mean, we just had a bit of a rough patch there, but I just don't see a reason to rush. So, I mean, he's 22 years old. Let's let him continue to get healthy in AAA. All right, game 1 against Pittsburgh. All right, so a bit of a rough stretch here in the second half of June as we lose game 1 to Pittsburgh. Bounce back with a 4-2 victory there. PCA 2 hits, Rizzo 2 hits, Velazquez 3 more hits, 3 more RBIs. Zach Gallen goes 5 2/3 to get the win. We look for the series victory over Pittsburgh here if we can get a win. We do, so we take 2 out of 3 on the road against the Pirates. 2 hits each for PCA, Schmidt, Rizzo, Swanson, Horner with 3 hits. Brash 5 shutout innings to get the win. Arrighetti's dominant. Nunez pitches well. Wisniewski. Coleman gets the save. Milwaukee again for 3. We win 8-5. Gave up 5 runs in the first 3. Came back in the 4th and the 5th. Velazquez is just tearing the cover off the baseball. A 1,003 OPS, 14 home runs in 53 games. Horner, a couple of hits. Bouchard, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. They each homer. Brown struggles, but Taillon, Abreu, and Arrighetti get it done for us. Acuna, back tightness. We'll just let him play through it. Look for another win. We don't get it. We are still 20 games over 500, but the Reds are playing good baseball. They're within 3.5. That was an 8-game lead not too long ago. Final game of the series, Lucas Giolito pitching for the Reds, and he beats us. They beat us 2-1. Yeah, the Reds are playing good ball. They are closing in on us here. Last few games of the month will be against Atlanta. We win 5-1. Velasquez again, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Schmidt 2 hits. Horner 2 hits. Gallen 6 shutout. Proves to 7-2. What does he want now? Our front office. So we've got $20 million. So we should be able to sign Zach Gallen. For some reason, though, this is saying we don't have enough money to sign him. If I take $4 million off this and I make this $17 million, he's okay with that. Wait, money left. I don't have this in commissioner mode, do I? No. Okay. That's weird then. All right. Well, I just pissed him off, so that's fine. We'll just keep going. We'll be able to re-sign him, I'm sure. Game 2 against Spencer Strider in the Braves. We win 8-5. Nick Gordon suspended for 5 games. Spencer Strider suspended, but we win. We almost We were up 8-0. He scored 4 in the ninth, but we hold on. Acuna, is that a granny? Swanson homers, Acuna with a grand slam, Abreu with his first home run of the year. Brash gets the win. Set and Schmidt give up some runs. Look at Brash, 5 innings of hitless baseball to get the win. Advance, Max Fried going against Ben Brown today as we look for 3 in a row over Atlanta. We don't get it. We lose 3-1, and the final game of the month for us. We take 3 out of 4. We can't. We split the series in Atlanta. We'll go ahead and sim through today. This will get us to July 1st. At July 1st, let's take a look at development. So Coleman's stuff drops a little bit, but he's pitching great, so I don't really care. Arrighetti gets better. I mean, he could be a starter. In fact, that may be a move. Look at that, a 3.34 ERA plus. That may be something we consider if we need to. Casey Schmidt, again, continues to just rake. Dansby Swanson gets better because he's having a great year. Nelson Velasquez continues to get better because he's just been an animal. Morel is still out for another month or so. Mervis been stuck in AAA. How's he doing down there? He's hitting for some power, but that's about it. Ronald Acuna. Luis Angel Acuna, is the batter of the month in the AL. In the NL, it's Tyler O'Neill. Michael King is your pitcher of the month in the AL. Luis Frias is your pitcher of the month in the NL. Luis Angel Acuna is your rookie of the month in the AL, and Jackson Chourio in the National League. So we are 48-29 going into July 1st. That is the tied for the best record in baseball with the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the Cubs and the D-backs are the 2 best teams in the National League right now. We are 10th in batting average, but our ERA, we're great. Oh, look, they've won 11 in a row. We are great defensively. We have a great pitching staff, and our offense is good enough. So if we look at our offense, Dansby Swanson leads the way with a 3.5 WAR. Casey Schmidt, Nelson Velasquez, Pete Crow Armstrong, all over 2 WAR already. Acuna has been up and down, but 14 home runs. He's on pace for 29 home runs, 23 stolen bases. So I will take that out of my leadoff hitter. Nico Horner, not really hitting, but playing good defense. Anthony Rizzo giving us a little bit of pop. Bouchard has been fine, I guess. Again, it's all about what he's doing against lefties. And so far, he's putting up a 914 OPS against lefties. So he's been fine for what we brought him in for. Abreu has got 4 triples. 779 OPS. Fiducia's been better than what we were sending out there, so I'm not complaining. Suzuki down to 257. Gordon and Hunt not hitting, but Hunt, again, playing that stellar defense. Look at the catcher's ERA, 3.54, his frame rate at 2.3. I don't know what that means, but it's good. I can just tell you it's good. From a pitching perspective, Eduardo Nunez still leads the way, 1.5 WAR, 124 ERA plus. 79 strikeouts. He's pitching 47 games, pitching more than half our games. Matt Brash has been our best starter in terms of WAR. 6-3, 89 strikeouts, only 46 hits allowed in 74 innings. Ben Brown's been really good. Been roughed up a bit as of late, but pitched really well on his first handful of starts. Arrighetti has been just unreal. That 3.34 ERA plus. Foster Griffin's been good. Abreu's been good. Miller, we may have to move out of the rotation here. He's struggled as of late. Just call up so. Gallen's been fine. 7-2 with a 3.66. No complaints there. Coleman, Wisniewski, Uceta, Tyone, and Schmidt have all been fine in our bullpen. So it's July 1st, guys, and your Cubs are 3.5 games up in the National League Central. So that's going to do it for this episode. Next episode will be July. So we'll do the draft, we'll do the trade deadline, and then we'll see where we stand from there. What do you think we should go after? What do you think our target should be? I'm thinking starting pitching and second base. That's kind of what I'm thinking. We do have Ravage Garcia down in AAA if we wanted to call up a second baseman. He's getting on base at a 440 clip in AAA right now. That might be nice to stick at the top of the order. We do have So, who should be ready here shortly to come back into the. He's pitched well down in Iowa. He's ready to come back up. So I'm thinking second base and starting pitching help is kind of what I'm thinking for the deadline. But I want to know what you guys think. Where do you think we should be looking come the deadline? Let me know in the comments. As always, guys, again, leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join my Discord. I'll put the link to the Discord below. Guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the support. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.